Hello, and welcome to February's feature of the month. Today we're going to talk about the Care portal and how you can use it to engage support to get any questions or issues that you have resolved. In this demo, we'll go over how to open a case, how to look at your assets, introduce you to the discussion boards if you're not familiar with them, and then finally, how to get documentation or other learning opportunities. So let's take a look at the Care portal and see how it can help you out. So this is the initial homepage of the BlueCat Care portal. And as you can see across the top, we make it easy to find what you might want. So customer support includes things such as case management and contacting support. Product help includes things like articles, known issues, downloads, and documentation. We also have discussions, which is a forum where you can interact with other people in the DDI industry. We also have the MVP Slack channel community, which allows you to interact with other people via using Slack, if that's your preferred method. And then finally, additional resources, which includes our GitHub and our blog. So let's take a look at first what most people come for, and that's case management. And so we're going to click on the case management button, and you'll see that these are my company's open cases. Right now, I'm the only one in my company who's opened a case, so I can only see mine. If other people in my organization had open cases with BlueCat support, they would be listed here as well. You can also look at your other cases, or your cases specifically. And again, this is me, so I have my own case. You can go and click into the case to see any updates or information that has been provided by support. I have just opened this case, so I haven't received any updates, but I can also provide additional information by clicking share an update and saying this is a demo update and click share. And now you can see that my update has appeared. In the background, I have added a case update. And so what I can do is I can click on the refresh button here. And now you'll see that here is my update asking for a data rank and database backup for us to review. And now this is how you'll normally interact. You'll probably get a Zoom meeting at some point to better investigate the issue. And once the issue is resolved, then you can mark the case closed. So I click on edit. And I'm going to change it from work in progress to closed. I'm going to assume that we worked through the process and then case came to resolution. So I hit save. And now my case is closed. As you'll notice, there is the option to reopen the case should the issue reoccur. So now you'll see that I have no longer any open cases. When I click on my open cases, there are none. And then when I click on my closed cases, you can see my most recently closed case. So now let's look at opening a case. So I'm going to click on open a case. Now, the interesting thing here is that if you look on the right side, you'll see some KI articles or some articles that may be related to what you're trying to do. And as I type in, for example, you'll see that it changes. So it's trying to guess what article might be related to the issue that you're opening. And so you can go and take a look at these and see if they're related to the issue that you're seeing, which again, known issues, you can search through here. But I can also go through and complete my case. BDS, obviously I'm keeping this case simple. And then business impact and update records. Now in here, you can also put emails. So if you have other people that want to be contacted on this case are notified when there are case updates, you can add a contact email here, and then you can click on We Consent and then Submit. Oh, I forgot the product. Address Manager, version 961, because of course I'm on the latest, and we'll say Deployment Issue. You'll see the case was created. And then I can go back to the home, back to case management, and now I have my open case again. So let's look at how to download off of the Care portal. So if we click Downloads, we're taken to the Downloads page. And as you can see, we have all downloads, which is everything that we offer, or you can search by specific version, such as all 9X, 9.3, 9.4, etc. So if I click on 9X, 96X downloads, you can see we have the documentation for different software. But if I want to search for like hotfix, as you can see, I can type that in here and I get the list of hotfixes that have been released for 960. You can also download the installer from here. If you go down, you can see the OVA for AWS, Azure zip files, BDDS installer for the ISOs. You can also type, for example, installer, and this will get you the ISOs, or I could search for a platform such as ESX and then find all the OVAs for the 9.6 release. Okay, let's take a look at the care discussions. So we can choose a different or a specific product family. So I'm just going to choose DDI. And so this is a great way to look at the community and see what kind of discussions are happening. You can ask questions in the forums and get answers from other people that are in the industry. Now, I do recommend you don't put any confidential or specific information. Asking general questions can be a great way to find solutions from an audience that would be able to answer them. You can also look at articles, which are unbound, but this is where you're going to spend most of your time if you go into the discussion forums. You can also look at product, such as asking for zone validation. You can click on DNS and get DNS related topics. Overall, it's a good way to expand your knowledge and talk to other experts in the field. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the MVIP Slack community. And so you can request to join it here. And what you do is you click here to apply. Your request will go to our media management team. And then once approved, you'll be able to access the Slack channel. There are a lot of different sub-channels that you can look at. There's also the Feature of the Month channel where you can provide feedback on this video, should you desire. But there's also other Slack channels that have dedicated purpose that you may find useful when you're managing your own environment. So another useful part of the Care portal is the product help. You can look up articles, which then have, which have different topics, such as new releases that we've put out, such as the BlueCat Quick Service adaptive application, our end-of-life policies, and hot fixes that we've released. You can also go look at known issues and see if maybe if an issue that you're having has a workaround and you can find it on your own, such as if I type deployment, I will get all the KIs that are related to deployment issues. And so you can also look at the known product defects for 9.3 through 9.6. And you can also click on here to look for different security issues that have been reported. So overall, these can be useful in helping you self-service any issues that you might have, or if you don't find your issue, you can open a case and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Final thing I want to cover is our documentation portal. And so there's two ways you can get to it. You can come to product help and click on documentation, and it'll take you to the docs.bluecatnetworks.com. And you can also just come here directly. You don't have to go into the Care portal. You can just type docs .bluecatnetworks.com and come to this page. And so what this allows you to do is select your product name. And let's say I'm going to look up BlueCat Integrity. And so you can see it here. You can click on multiple tabs as well, like if I wanted Edge at the same time. And what it'll do is it will start adding all of, you can see I have BlueCat Edge API. I also have Address Manager Guide, and then I can also select the versions. And so in this case, let me select 9.6, and I'm going to choose the admin guide. And so I can come to here, and now I get all of the topics that are related to the BlueCat Administrative Guide. So I can click into it. I can come into the docs and see this is what we used to deliver as a PDF. Now we put it online so that we can make sure that you're getting the latest and greatest version of the documentation. So I can search for keywords, such as my favorite deployment, and then you can also click on deployment. If you had somebody in your organization that was asking for, hey, how do I track a deployment? If they don't know how to get to the docs portal, you can create a share URL. And what that'll do is that'll share this part of the documentation. And so that makes it much easier to share information around to your colleagues. Additionally, if there are any changes or you notice something's not worded the best, you can send feedback and that'll go to our documentation team. They'll review the request and make any changes that they deem necessary. So overall, this is a really good way to get documentation for all of BlueCat's products. You can see here are my filters. I still have my other documentation or my other options here that I can look at to go and get more information. Thanks for joining us for the February feature of the month. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Care Portal and how you can use it to get the most out of your BlueCat investment and how to best engage support to get you the response that you need. Thanks a lot for joining us for February's feature of the month, and I look forward to seeing you in March.